Driving at night is one of those experiences that feels natural when we're younger, but can suddenly become intimidating as the years pass. For many people over 50, what used to be a simple evening drive to visit friends or a peaceful night ride back home turns into a stressful challenge. The road ahead doesn't seem as clear. Headlights from oncoming traffic look blinding, and road signs become harder to read. If you've noticed yourself feeling more anxious behind the wheel at night, you are far from alone. In fact, studies show that adults over 50 are significantly more likely to avoid night driving because of the way aging affects vision. But here's the hopeful part. While these changes are real, they don't mean your driving days are over. Just as your body benefits from exercise to stay fit, your eyes can benefit from simple routines designed to keep them strong, flexible, and resilient. By practicing specific exercises, you can train your eyes to adjust more quickly, reduce glare, and feel more relaxed on the road. These are not complicated medical treatments or expensive gadgets. They are practical, at-home habits that anyone can do. So whether you've already started avoiding night driving or you just want to stay ahead of the changes you're noticing, these routines are for you. By the end, you'll have a toolkit that not only makes you feel safer on the road, but also gives you peace of mind. Night driving doesn't have to be something you fear. It can once again be something you approach with calm, confidence, and control. And the first step begins with one simple exercise. Now that we understand why night driving becomes harder after 50, it's time to look at the first step you can take to make things easier. The very first move in this routine is what I call the Focus Flex exercise, and it is designed to retrain one of the most important skills your eyes need at night, the ability to shift focus quickly between near and far objects. Think about how often this happens when you're driving. Your eyes go from the dashboard to the road ahead, from a street sign to the mirrors, from the oncoming headlights back to the lane markings. That constant shifting is essential for safe driving, and yet it's exactly the skill that becomes weaker with age. The lens in your eye, which acts like a camera lens, stiffens as you get older. This makes it slower to adjust when you switch from near to far distances. The result? Blurry vision, delayed reactions, and extra strain every time your eyes try to refocus. The Focus Flex exercise helps counter this. Here's how it works. Sit comfortably in a chair and hold your thumb about 10 inches in front of your nose. Focus on your thumb for about 5 seconds, really sharpening your attention on its details. Then shift your gaze to something far away, perhaps a picture on the wall, a tree outside the window, or a clock across the room. Hold that focus for another 5 seconds, then return to your thumb. Repeat this cycle 10 to 15 times. It sounds simple, doesn't it? But this little routine gently trains the muscles that control your eye lens, reminding them how to adjust more smoothly. Over time, it reduces the lag between looking near and far. Imagine driving down the road. You glance at your dashboard to check your speed. Then instantly, your eyes shift back to the horizon. With regular practice, that shift becomes easier, clearer, and less tiring. To understand why this matters, let's consider a real-world example. Imagine John, a 55-year-old accountant who often drove home from work after dark. He found himself squinting at his dashboard, then missing the turn for his neighborhood because the road sign seemed blurry by the time his eyes adjusted. His doctor suggested eye exercises, and John began practicing the Focus Flex daily. At first, it felt strange, almost too simple to make a difference. But after a few weeks, he noticed something. He wasn't squinting as much, and he felt calmer behind the wheel. That's the kind of impact a few minutes of practice can create. The beauty of the Focus Flex is that it also builds confidence. One of the biggest issues with night driving is not just the physical strain, but the mental stress that comes with it. When you feel like your eyes can't keep up, anxiety kicks in. That anxiety can make you tense, which in turn makes your driving less smooth. But when you know you've been training your eyes and you can feel the improvement, your confidence grows. And confidence is a powerful ally for safe driving. Another benefit is that this exercise can be done almost anywhere. You don't need special equipment or a gym membership. You can do it while sitting in your living room during a work break or even in the car before heading out at night. It only takes 2 or 3 minutes, yet the payoff is enormous. Some people even like to make the exercise more engaging by using a small object instead of a thumb, like a pen, a bookmark, or even a keychain. What matters is not the object itself, but the shifting of focus between near and far. Over time, you can increase the challenge by shortening the focus time from 5 seconds to 3, forcing your eyes to respond faster. Think of it as gentle speed training for your vision. Let's also talk about the emotional side. Many people feel discouraged when they first notice their night vision declining. They think, this is just part of getting older and there's nothing I can do. But every time you do this exercise, you're proving that's not true. You're taking an active role in protecting your vision and your independence. That mindset shift, from helplessness to empowerment, makes a huge difference. And while this exercise is simple, don't underestimate its value. Just as lifting light weights regularly can strengthen your muscles, practicing the focus flex can strengthen your eyes' focusing ability. Small daily habits build up to big results. Once you begin practicing this move consistently, you may notice little changes that make night driving less stressful. Reading street signs becomes easier. Recovering from dashboard to distance focus takes less effort. Even looking at your mirrors and back to the road feels smoother. These subtle improvements add up, making you feel safer and more relaxed each time you drive after dark. This is just the beginning. The Focus Flex sets the stage for other exercises that target different challenges, like glare sensitivity and eye strain. Once you've built a routine around this first move, you'll be ready to add more. So don't underestimate the power of starting small. Just a few minutes a day with the Focus Flex exercise can ease your eyes, sharpen your vision, and give you back the confidence you need for driving at night. One of the most common complaints from drivers after 50 is glare, that sudden burst of brightness from oncoming headlights or street lamps that seems to blind you for a few seconds. At night, when your surroundings are already dim, this glare can feel overwhelming. That's why the second key move in this routine is the glare guard blink. Glare happens because of how light scatters when it enters the eye. In younger eyes, the lens is clearer and the tear film, the thin layer of moisture covering the cornea, spreads evenly, bending light in a smooth way. But with age, the lens becomes less transparent, and the tear film often breaks up faster due to dryness. This means light scatters irregularly, creating halos and starbursts. Combine that with slower pupil reactions, and glare recovery takes much longer. The result is a frustrating pause when all you see is brightness instead of the road. The Glare Guard Blink routine is designed to tackle this problem in 2 ways, by refreshing the tear film and by retraining the blinking pattern itself. Many people don't realize that as we age, or even when we're focused on something like driving or staring at a screen, our blinking rate drops dramatically. Instead of the normal 15 to 20 blinks per minute, we may blink fewer than 10 times. That means the tear film evaporates, leaving tiny dry patches on the cornea, and those dry patches amplify glare. Here's how to practice it. Set aside 1 to 2 minutes before a drive, or even while sitting comfortably at home. Close your eyes gently, not tightly, and hold them shut for 2 seconds. Then open them slowly, allowing the tears to spread evenly across the surface of the eyes. Repeat this process 15 to 20 times. The key is to make the blinks deliberate and complete, not the half blinks we often do unconsciously. It may sound almost too simple, but the difference it makes can be striking. By ensuring your eyes are properly lubricated, you reduce the scatter of light entering the eye. Think of it as cleaning a windshield. A dry, streaked windshield makes headlights look like starbursts, but a freshly cleaned one lets you see clearly. The same principle applies to your cornea. Let's picture a real-life scenario. Imagine Linda, a 60-year-old who still loves driving to her book club on Wednesday evenings. Over the years, she found herself dreading the drive home because of how blinding the headlights seemed. She started doing the Glare Guard blink as part of her nightly routine, practicing slow, full blinks while seated at her dining table before heading out. Within a month, she noticed that while the glare was still there, it didn't overwhelm her the same way. Her eyes recovered faster, and she felt less anxious about oncoming traffic. That little habit gave her back her freedom to drive at night without fear. There's also a psychological benefit. When you know you're doing something proactive to counter glare, you feel more in control. That sense of control reduces stress, which in turn helps you drive more calmly. Stress itself can make glare seem worse because tension causes you to squint and strain, drying your eyes even more. By practicing this blink routine, you're breaking that cycle of stress and glare. You can also enhance the effects by combining the glare guard blink with other simple habits. For instance, keeping the windshield and your glasses clean dramatically reduces reflections. Anti-reflective coatings on lenses also help by cutting down scattered light, and staying hydrated, something as simple as drinking enough water, ensures your body can produce enough tears for natural lubrication. The glare guard blink doesn't just help with night driving, it can improve overall eye comfort. Many people who spend long hours on the computer or scrolling through phones suffer from dry eye without even realizing it. Practicing full blinks can ease that strain, making your eyes feel fresher throughout the day. That means this one exercise gives you a double win, more comfortable days and safer nights. At first, you may need to remind yourself to practice. Setting a short timer, leaving a sticky note on your dashboard, or even pairing it with another routine like brushing your teeth at night can help you build the habit. And remember, consistency is more important than intensity. Even a minute of deliberate blinking a day can train your eyes to stay moist and responsive. Once you've been practicing for a few weeks, you may notice subtle but important changes. The glare won't disappear completely. Aging eyes will always be more sensitive, but you'll recover faster and feel less rattled. That extra confidence translates directly into safer driving and a calmer mind. So, while the Focus Flex strengthens your ability to shift focus, the Glare Guard Blink protects you from one of the biggest nighttime challenges, blinding headlights. Together, they form a powerful duo, clarity and comfort. And once these two routines become second nature, you'll be ready to add the final piece, a move that not only relaxes your eyes, but also resets them, ensuring long-term resilience. The third and final move in this eye routine is the Eye Relax Reset. The Eye Relax Reset is about letting your eyes rest and reset after strain. Driving at night produces a unique kind of fatigue. Your eyes are locked on a high-contrast environment, bright headlights against dark roads, dashboard lights against a dim interior. Over time, this tight focus leads to muscle strain and slower reaction times. Here's how to do it. Rub your hands together briskly until they feel warm, then gently cup your palms over your closed eyes. Don't press. Just rest them lightly so that your eyes are in total darkness. Take slow, deep breaths and let your shoulders relax as you sit quietly. Stay like this for 20 to 30 seconds. When you open your eyes, you'll notice the world looks clearer and your eyes feel fresher. What makes this so effective? First, the warmth from your palms relaxes the small muscles around your eyes. Just as stretching your legs relieves stiffness after sitting, this warmth eases eye tension. Second, the darkness gives your retina a chance to rest, reducing overstimulation from constant light sources. Finally, the act of pausing and breathing calms your whole nervous system, lowering stress that can make night driving more overwhelming. Consider the story of Robert, a 67-year-old retiree who often drove home after evening volunteer shifts at his local community center. He loved helping out, but by the time he got in his car, his eyes felt dry, sore, and tired. He started doing the Eye Relax Reset before pulling out of the parking lot. At first, it felt silly, just sitting in the car with hands over his eyes, but soon he noticed that his vision felt sharper afterward. The glare wasn't as painful, and he arrived home feeling calmer. For Robert, this simple reset became as essential as buckling his seatbelt. The Eye Relax Reset can also be used anytime you feel your eyes straining, not just before night driving. Watching TV in a dim room, reading on your phone before bed, or working long hours on a computer can all leave your eyes fatigued. Taking just half a minute to reset them makes a surprising difference. Over time, this habit preserves eye comfort and helps you stay alert in visually demanding situations. Of course, exercises alone aren't the whole picture. Eye health is supported by lifestyle choices too. Eating foods rich in vitamin A, lutein, and omega-3s supports your retina and tear film. Staying hydrated helps maintain natural moisture. Keeping up with regular eye checkups ensures that issues like cataracts, glaucoma, or macular degeneration are caught early. And something as simple as cleaning your windshield and wearing anti-reflective lenses makes the exercises even more effective. But the exercises are special because they give you direct, daily control. They're like a toolkit you can carry with you everywhere. Focus Flex sharpens your vision, Glare Guard Blink keeps it comfortable, and Eye Relax Reset restores it. Together, these three moves form a complete routine that addresses the biggest challenges of night driving after 50. And here's the most important part. This isn't just about vision, it's about independence. For many people, driving represents freedom. The freedom to visit loved ones, to shop when you like, to enjoy life without relying on others. When night driving becomes stressful, that freedom feels threatened. But by taking action with small daily routines, you can protect your independence and feel confident again. Let's take a step back and imagine the bigger picture. You finish dinner and realize you need to drive across town to see a friend. A few months ago, the thought of driving at night might have filled you with worry. But now you sit down, do your Focus Flex, practice the Glare Guard Blink, and take a short eye relax reset before leaving. As you drive, the headlights don't bother you as much. Your focus shifts easily from dashboard to distance. You feel calm, steady, and in control. That's not just an improvement in eyesight. That's an improvement in quality of life. And that is the gift of this routine. It's simple, it's free, and it's doable every single day. But its effects ripple outward. More safety on the road, more confidence in yourself, and more independence to live life on your terms. So remember, your eyes are resilient. Even after 50, they can adapt, grow stronger, and stay reliable with the right care. Don't let fear of night driving take away your freedom. Instead, give your eyes what they need: training, protection, and rest. Practice these three moves daily and watch how much difference they make. Night driving may never feel exactly the same as it did at 25, but it doesn't have to be a struggle either. With Focus Flex, Glare Guard Blink, and Eye Relax Reset, you can stay confident behind the wheel, enjoying the road ahead no matter the time of day. Your independence is worth protecting, and with these simple steps, you'll keep it shining bright long after the sun goes down. Before we dive into the actual exercises, let's clear up a common misconception. Many people believe that once you pass 50, your eyes are on an unstoppable decline. But the truth is more empowering. While aging changes are natural, the way you care for your eyes makes a huge difference in how you experience them. Just as someone who keeps walking, stretching, and eating well stays stronger in their later years, someone who actively supports their eye health will notice better clarity, sharper focus, and less fatigue. Think about it like maintaining a car. If you drive the same car for decades but never check the oil, replace the tires, or clean the windshield, driving it at night will feel unsafe. But with regular care and small adjustments, the same car can run smoothly for years. Your eyes are no different. And just like cars, your eyes don't need to be brand new to get you safely where you want to go. They just need consistent, thoughtful care. That's where this simple routine comes in. Over the next few sections, I'm going to guide you through 3 gentle exercises that together form an eye workout for safer, clearer night driving. Each one targets a specific problem, focusing speed, glare sensitivity, and overall relaxation. They're easy to learn, take only a few minutes, and can be done daily. But why does this happen? The answer lies in how our eyes naturally change over time. From the outside, your eyes might look the same as they did when you were 30, but inside, subtle changes are taking place. The lens of the eye, which should be crystal clear, begins to stiffen and may even take on a yellowish tint. This reduces your ability to focus quickly and makes it harder to distinguish contrast, like a black car on a dimly lit road. The muscles that control your pupils also react more slowly, which means when you're hit by the sudden glare of headlights, your eyes take longer to recover. That delay can feel like staring into a flashlight in a dark room. Everything else around you vanishes into shadow. To make matters more challenging, conditions like cataracts, macular degeneration, and dry eyes become more common after 50, and even mild cases can affect night vision. Cataracts, for example, scatter light as it enters the eye, creating halos or glare that make headlights painful to look at. Dry eyes, on the other hand, create uneven surfaces on the cornea, so light bends unpredictably, blurring vision further. It's no wonder that many people begin to feel nervous about evening drives. Let's pause for a moment and think about what this means in real life. Imagine Mary, a 62-year-old grandmother who loves visiting her grandchildren on weekends. She enjoys the drive in daylight, but once the sun goes down, she feels overwhelmed. The bright glare of headlights makes her squint. She misses turns because she can't read the street signs in time, and she arrives tense and exhausted. This isn't just inconvenient, it chips away at her independence and freedom. For Mary, like many others, the idea of driving at night becomes something to dread.